As a parent of 2 young adults in special education, there's 3 things I'd like to share with you today. The first thing I'd like to share with you is the importance of getting on the HCS list. If you have not gotten on the list, go ahead and get on it, and if their name comes up, you can go ahead and just politely decline. Next, I want to talk to you about home goals and things that you might do with your child at home. You might do self-help skills, hygiene skills, and devise different chores for them to contribute to the house. Remember, if their world will get smaller if we don't take advantage of what's out and available to us for our child. Lastly, know the options of the future for your child. Tour the different programs, different housing options. There's many things out there for your child. You can just remember it would be like picking a college as you would for your other children. It's just as important. You can match up in different skills, interests, etc. that are available for your child.
While it may be easier to stay home with your special needs child and let them play on the iPad or their preferred activities, they really need to be exposed to the community and life skills so that they can practice and model others. I know it's hard, but the more you get out there, attend networking activities, attend parent trainings, and network with other families with special needs. They will be your lifeline. They will be the ones that can answer questions or that have been through what you're going through. Just attend those meetings and make as many connections with others as you can. You don't want to be isolated in this journey. Resist the temptation with your child to hide out, because I know it's embarrassing and you go out in public and you just are always the object of other people staring, but the more you go and take them places, the better it gets. So my son had a really hard time in stores like Walmart or Home Depot, the loud intercom, and he would escape and scream and make a big scene. But the more we went, the more he got used to the noises and the surroundings, and the more he actually starts to seek out those activities. So keep your eye on the long-term goal. While this short-term, it's a lot harder to go out and be, socializing and going to these activities. In the long run, as they get older, I promise it gets easier, they get more confident, and they get more used to your routine and your lifestyle, and they're able to succeed. So hang in there and get out of your house and out of your PJs and expose them to all that's out there and all the supports that we have available for children with special needs now.
So when you're thinking about transitioning, there are 5 main things that you need to think about. Who, what, when, where, and how. First of all, who? Who is going to do the things that you do when you're not around to do it? Your child is probably going to outlive you, and so what's going to happen when you're getting too old and you can't handle all those things that you're doing right now for your child? Think about when they're 150 pounds. Can you do the things that you're doing now when they weigh that much? So who's going to take care of that? The next thing is what? What are they going to do when the bus quits coming? Whether it's 18 or 22 or somewhere in between, at some point that bus is going to drop them off for the last time. So what happens then? What are they going to do? What are the activities that are available to them to keep them entertained and focused and moving forward? Next is when. When do I need to worry about transition? If you wait until they graduate, then you haven't necessarily put all the things in place beforehand to make sure that they are ready to transition when it happens. Also, you can't guarantee that that transition is going to happen when you want it to. If something happens to me tomorrow, I've got to have a transition plan in place, even if he's not ready to graduate. The other thing is where. Where are they going to live? When we are moving them out of the house, when they are transitioning, when I'm not taking care of them anymore, where are they going to live? Can they live independently? Can they pay the bills and do the grocery shopping? Or do they need some support, or do they need full support? Where is that going to happen? And the last thing is how. How am I going to help them pay for this? If they can't hold down a job, if they can't maintain that substantial gainful activity to maintain a reasonable income level, then how am I going to pay for this when they're not living with me, and even more so when I'm not there? How are those things going to be taken care of? The waivers and the SSI programs, the special needs trust, all those things have to be thought about.
Hi, I'm Tracy Glaive, and I'm a program administrator at LifePath Systems. This is Ashley Hart, and Ashley is our front door screener. She's the actual front door to services for folks with IDD, or intellectual and developmental disabilities, or autism in Collin County. LifePath Systems is a social service agency here in Collin County, and we are what's known as the local authority, or the LIDA. What that means is we contract with the state level health and human services to provide support and possible services to people, again, that live in Collin County that have an intellectual disability or a developmental disability such as autism. Unfortunately, in Texas, there are many more people that want and need comprehensive support and services than there are funds to pay for it. That leads to interest lists or waiting lists for those comprehensive services. I know in your previous videos, parents have mentioned the HCS list. HCS is the Home and Community-Based Services Medicaid Waiver Program, and that's one of those very comprehensive services. Unfortunately, again, there's a very long interest or waiting list for those comprehensive services. So it's very important, because there's a waiting list for the comprehensive services, that you get on the ball. You reach out to LifePath Systems, the local authority here in Collin County, as soon as possible. You'll go ahead and call LifePath Systems, our IDD services, ask for our screener, which you'll speak to Ashley, and she'll gather your information. She will talk to you about where you're at, what you need right now, add your name and your contact information to the Home and Community-Based Interest List, to the Texas Home Living Interest List, some of those comprehensive services. Again, unfortunately, they're long lists. The only way to guarantee that you're going to get services down the road, if and when you need them, is if you get on the list now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ashley, and she might give you a little bit idea of what you need to gather before you make the call and what to expect.
Hi, when you call, basically what I'm going to do is get what we call a demographics. I'm going to fill out just basic information, name, number, address, contact information, a little bit of information, not a lot, not going into detail. I don't need any testing scores or that to get on the waiting list. I just need your basic contact information. Then I'm going to mail you a packet. Everything that we talk about on the phone will be mailed to you in a packet. And that's a really important thing to remember, because we go over a lot of information over the phone. It may be a stressful time that you're calling me, and you've got a lot going through in your mind. So I can get the information. I will mail it all to you with my name in the packet as well, so I can answer any questions at any time after we finish that initial phone call. We will go through each waiver program. There's actually 4 Medicaid waiver programs. We will go through each one. I will make sure that you know how to get on all of them. There's 2 that you get on with me, and 2 that you will call another 1-800 number. And I will walk you through that whole process of getting on all of those and making sure you are. Also, if you have a question, you're not sure whether you're on these waiting lists, give me a call. We can check that out. I can make sure I'm able to check all 4 of them and see where you are and what you need to do.
One last thought. I know some of you folks that go to Frisco ISD actually live in Denton County. LifePath Systems is the local authority, or the LIDA, for Collin County. If you live in Denton County, you would call Denton County MHMR Center. They're the contracted local authority for Denton County. And if you live in Denton County, it's very important that you reach out to them as soon as possible and get that process started.
And we have had that come up before. I can check for you. So if you're not sure, give me a call still, and we can check what county you're in, and I can get you the number and to the right person in Denton County.
Again, we can't stress enough. The most important thing is to get the ball rolling, pick up the phone, call Ashley, and start the process.